Howdy folks, welcome back. Today we're going to make a revision to a mod we've done previously. I'm sure that if you're subscribed here, you've seen it before, you saw me do it. If not, I'll link the video up in the corner and please go check it out. But the way that I performed this mod was kind of the crude method, and there are actually parts out now to do it correctly, and that's what we're going to do today. Now the mod that I'm talking about is the center exhaust valve on the GR Corolla. It's designed to open above 4,500 RPMs or below 20 mile per hour. Now that center exhaust valve open does add more grumble and low end noise to the exhaust, and in my opinion sounds very good when it's open all the time. So what I did previously was I took the exhaust valve actuator out. I removed the little gear off the actuator that actually opens and closes the valve, and then I reinstalled the actuator and plugged it back in, so there's no warning lights, no error messages, and it doesn't actually actuate the valve anymore. Now the valve is on a spring and it's designed to spring shut with nothing attached to it. And what I did there was I drilled a hole through the bottom, I'd say the bottom mount for the actuator, and ran a bolt up through to hold the valve open always. And I found a guy on Facebook, one of the GR Corolla groups, named Brian Williams, and he came up with a part that does exactly what I was trying to do with the bolt. It keeps the exhaust valve open, and it also allows you to reconnect and reinstall the actuator, so the car doesn't know any different. It thinks that the actuator is doing what it should do, and it doesn't allow for any error messages or codes. So that's what we're going to install today. I bought this part off Brian. He shipped it to me promptly. He was a great person to deal with, and I'm going to show you how to install his part. Before we get to it though, I just want to show you how well this thing is packaged and the care that went into shipping it to me. It's amazing. He's not a big company. He's just a guy who saw a need for a particular thing, and he made it, and he offered it to fellow enthusiasts because he found that there are probably like-minded people who could benefit from this thing that he made. So let me just show you the packaging real quick and then we'll get to installation. Now I did open this already, obviously, just to check it out and see, but this is exactly how it came. So I'm going to show you here. Just the care that went in. He gives instructions, of course, right? Here's the part that he made. And there's not much to it, but it's a really clever design. And I'll show you that more in depth here in a moment. And then he even sent a high chew. Check that out. The amount of packaging and care that went into this part is just phenomenal. Unreal, man. Let's start with the instructions. Check this out. It's colored instructions with pictures of exactly what needs to happen. It's very thorough and detailed on exactly what you need to do. And again, guys, he's just a dude. He is an engineer. He was telling me, I was talking to him a little bit, and he's an engineer, and that certainly shows in how detailed all of this is. It's impressive, guys. But colored instructions are phenomenal if you need them. I've already done this the crude way, obviously, but I don't need them necessarily. But for anybody that hasn't messed with any of this before and it's the first time messing with it, that's very impressive. Now the parts that you get are minimum, right? Just 3 parts and it's all you need. You've got the initial piece that you're going to install around the actuator, and these are the teeth that I was talking about that actually hold the exhaust flap open. There's a washer to space the actuator away from the mount. You're going to need that because you're adding this piece in between. And then there's also, man, this is so cool that he included this. It's a little punch to get the roll pin out of the gear. There's a roll pin that holds the factory teeth onto the actuator, and they're kind of a pain in the ass to get out. I struggled with that. And he included a little punch to get that piece out, and that's just above and beyond. That's phenomenal. So let's go get this stuff on and get it taken care of. Alright guys, so I'm under the car. I've got the valve out. I'm not gonna go through how to do all that. I did in my first video, and if you need to see that, go back and watch that. Again, I'll have it linked in the description. But I want to show you how to install Brian's piece, and that's what this video is about. So first of all, you see the little hole in the top of that gear cog there? That's where the roll pin, the roll pin punch comes in handy. You can use that punch to knock out the roll pin. It slides right through, and it's, again, just super handy that he included that, because that was a bear to get out. It wasn't very fun. But you take the actuator here, the piece that Brian included, slips on like so, and the holes, he said, are even slotted, so you can adjust how much you want your valve opened or closed. Obviously I'm going to go all the way open, and this won't allow the valve to close, but you can either have it all the way open or slightly less open. Anyways, we're going to install it, and then this little washer goes down at the bottom, because obviously you've put effectively a spacer on those two holes, so you need one for that one as well. So we'll get this back together and I'll show you what it does. And guys, that's the job done. Everything back together. You can barely tell there's been any modifications. Everything worked out awesome. Really great mod by Brian. I really appreciate him offering that as an option. It was cheap too. It's less than $50 for the part, and with how expensive mods are for these cars, that's pretty reasonable. So something you're interested in, just hit Brian Williams up on Facebook. I know he's still selling these. They are still available as of right now, as of posting this video. So anywho, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Thanks.